What is up, guys? Thanks for checking out Vids with Suds, and today I'm gonna go over what I think is, and I'm not the only one who does it, but the very common goo rush now since the balance patch. To give you a little bit of a heads up, mothers pretty much no longer do any kind of real damage to buildings. Their penetration is 0 now, and that means any buildings, a lot of buildings have armor. Their damage is reduced on buildings, but you rest assured you can still rush with mothers, as I'm going to demonstrate here. And it used to be the common rush for goo was a destructor rush. You go in with your mother, you go in with your large protein, you morph into destructors, and you're just 2 destructors along with your mother would do all the damage to the base. Actually, I think after the patch, I think this new rush, I think it's a little safer actually, because you will see it doesn't actually involve using your mother. Your mother doesn't do anything to a base anyway, so you might as well not run the risk of losing the game by getting her into the fray. See, I was thinking possibly rush, and I was wavering on it, but I see he's going double ref, and for some reason a lot of human players do this. They put their 2 refs right next to each other, which I think's a mistake, because well, then really, you'll see here where I'm attacking with my unit. All I have to do is go to that one area and you get twice the value. You take out 2 refs and that's it. So in the past, when you would rush, you'd try to take out their base. With the goo rush now, basically what it is you use a large protein, and the goal isn't to take out the base. The goal is to simply cripple their economy to the point to where they're going to quit, and that means taking out their refineries. So so the fact that these 2 refineries are right next to each other makes it very nice. So I'm moving on down. You'll see the path I'm taking. There's 3 spigots along the way. I opt for I don't go for the one that's most inland, if you will. I'm just going to touch the spigot, if you're looking at the mini-map, and then I'm going to try to quickly head back onto the mountain, and I'm just going to rest on this bottom one until I have my large, because, you know, just like pretty much any rush, it doesn't work if you're spotted. So the more time I'm on a mountain, the better. So he's starting to ramp up finally after getting his refineries up, but the thing is, the units he's going to have out just don't do anything to large proteins. Large proteins have a lot of health, and they have armor. Tridents and revolvers just don't really do much, so I'm not too really worried about it. So here's the rush. You keep your mother in a nice safe distance, and while she just continues to grow, and here comes the large. Now the large is spotted. Even if he started shooting at it right now, I wouldn't even really worry about it. I'm still going for those refs. My teammate said he could teleport his refineries. Theoretically he could, but hey, that's a win for me. I'll take that economy loss he's wasting in teleporting those. Probably should do it because it's better than losing them, but here it is. And look how quickly these refineries go down. And you'll see here the refineries are down. Rather than try to stay and fight these units, where I'll eventually have to morph into destructors and they'll eventually get picked off, why bother? If you can escape and get out of there to a safe area, go for it. The damage is done. So I'm up on the cliff now. They can't do anything to me. I could hang out here, try to pick off some, but I decided to thought it was a good opportunity to just morph into crescents, so they can just rain down on them. Talk about getting good value for your large protein. You take out 2 refs, the large protein, you get where it's safe, and then you get really annoying with your artillery. So not too bad. In the game here, I send down a small protein to pick up anything that might be coming out. I didn't actually see during the game that he's making another ref down there, but I think he's, if I remember right, he's going to find out that he doesn't have enough money for that. As you see, he sells it right there. Really, how the rest of this game goes is that I spend a couple minutes, working on the human base while my teammate's working on the other opponent. Really, I could have just kind of not even worried about trying to finish the human off with a small protein and crescents, which is going to take forever. I could just start focusing on the new opponent and just let him sit there with his core and 2 factories that can't make anything because he's out of money. He'll eventually just quit anyway. So this is kind of wasted time continuing to attack his base. He's essentially defeated. But yeah, that's the rush, and my opponent and I went over, and it was a 2-on-1 against the other person, and we ended up taking the game. But that's it. That's the video. Tell me in the comments what you think of the rush. I hope you like it. If you've used it, if it's been successful for you. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help out a lot, and I do appreciate it. And thanks a lot, guys. Take care.